Welcome back in one of the Bears Proper Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, and I'm back with some more NBA plays. Had a pretty good day on Monday, 3-1 on Martin Luther King Day. Was looking for the sweep, couldn't quite get it. Atlanta Hawks, the only loser on the board, plus 6.5, up by 8.5. Trae Young, great first half. Trae Young, second half. You could convince me that somebody got to him at the half and paid him off to play horribly. I think he had 3 points in the fourth quarter, four turnovers. He was just shooting from 35 feet every possession. That's what I read. I was at work. That's what I read on X. Don't blame me if that's incorrect, but everybody said Trae Young was throwing that game in the fourth quarter. Lost the game by 9 points. The Knicks do get their revenge of Trae Young after he threw dice, after beating them in the NBA Cup semifinals or whatever it was. But Knicks get the revenge. They cover the spread. Only loser on the day. Boston beats the Golden State Warriors by 50. Jalen Brunson hit the over 24.5 points in the third quarter, I believe it was, finished with 30 plus. Anthony Edwards also hit very early in the third quarter, finished with 30 plus as well for the T-Wolves in another loss where he scored 30 plus points, but Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert combined for 10 points or less. So that's just how it's been going for the Timberwolves. I feel horrible for all those fans and all the players, really, besides Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert. But they're a liability. They're a problem, and I'm not afraid to say it. That they've been horrible this season. Hopefully they can figure it out because I do like the T-Wolves personally. But with Julius Randle on that team, they just, I don't know. They're just pretty sad to watch right now. But 3-1 day, we've been red hot over the last couple of weeks. Let's try to stay hot going into Tuesday. We have the Nets going up against the Knicks. The Knicks, they just killed us the other day from the sweep. They took down the Hawks by 9 points. I feel like Atlanta played pretty well besides that fourth quarter. The Knicks, they are going to be healthy in this game. I do not think anybody's going to sit in the back-to-back. Towns just got back. Maybe he sits, but I highly doubt it. He's been out for a couple games. He was back in that Atlanta game, knocked some rust off. I think he plays in this game going up against the Nets. And if he plays with Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart always plays. I think this Knicks team will win by easily double-digit points in this one, minus 10.5. The Brooklyn Nets, it's not their fault. It really isn't their fault. They've got so many guys out right now. Cam Thomas out, Ben Simmons day-to-day illness. We have Bojan Bogdanovic. He's going to be out. Cameron Johnson's going to play. Zaire Williamson's out. D'Angelo Russell, the guy they traded for, he is day-to-day questionable for this game, dealing with a knee injury. He had a really good game against the Lakers. The only Nets win over the last 9 or 10 games was against – or no, they lost the Lakers by 1 point. They were competitive in that game against the Lakers because D'Angelo Russell had his return to L.A., and he played really well. But the Nets did drop that game. Only win was against the Portland Trailblazers. One of the last 9 games that they've won. I just don't see them being competitive in this one. Coming off a 26-point loss to the Thunder, this will be their first home game in 6 consecutive games. That's an extremely long road trip for the Nets. They haven't been home in the last 11 days, but they're going to be home in this one. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to take the Knicks here, minus 10.5 as the play. For the next flow, we have the 76ers going up against the Denver Nuggets. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Joel Embiid has not played at Denver in the last 6 years. He just refuses to play at Denver. He's not going to play again this year. He's going to be reevaluated for his knee was swelling up over the last couple of days. He's going to be reevaluated in a week to see what's going on with that. But we know he's not going to play in this game, and it's for the better because the 76ers, they really just need to toss this season out. They lost Jared McCain. Joel Embiid's probably not going to play for most of the year. Tyrese Maxiell is still balling out. Paul George misses every other game. He's questionable coming into this game. And with all that negative stuff being said about the 76ers, if Paul George plays in this game, they keep this to single digits. Tyrese Maxiell has been playing so well over the last couple games. The 76ers owe him everything. They need to pay him however much money he wants. I actually don't know if he's on contract or not for a long time, but they need to lock him up. He's a superstar in the NBA. He's been the only player all season long that's been out there every single game, basically, and they need him to have another stellar performance in this one. The Nuggets, they're a good team. They're not a great team defensively. I do think they're going to score a lot of points in this game, but the 76ers have been somewhat competitive in some of these losses. They were competitive against the Magic, competitive against the Pelicans, competitive against the Knicks, taking them to overtime, had back-to-back pretty bad games. But these guys have been out. Paul George has been out. Some of their bench players have been out. I think if Paul George plays in this game, they keep this one fairly close. I'm going to take them plus 13.5. It's too many points with Tyrese Maxiell on the floor. So give me the 13.5 as the second play of the day. Let's go talk about Tyrese Maxiell. He's been one of the best young players in the NBA. He's been that way for the last 3 or 4 years. I think this is his fifth year with the 76ers. 26.4 points per game, career high for him. He's shooting 42.4%, still 33% from deep. Not his best effort from deep this season, but he has been a lot better over the last couple games. Had a 6 for 15 game against the Bucks. Maybe too many threes on the outside for Tyrese Maxiell, but I like him in this game. Over 26.5 points. I think the scoring has to come from Tyrese Maxiell even if Paul George is on the floor, which I hope he is, and I do maybe think he is going to play. He's questionable coming in. Look, it looks like he's going to play. So let's just hope Paul George does play. Even if Paul George is on the floor, I actually think that helps Tyrese Maxiell out, limits the double teams on him, makes people look at Paul George. I'm going to take the over 26.5 because Denver this season, they haven't been good defensively. 23rd in the NBA. They're bad inside. They're bad outside. Nikola Jokic, you'd think he'd, lock down the paint, but he just doesn't do it. He's not a very good defender on the inside. Plus, if they give Nikola Jokic a couple fouls early, he's going to be sitting on the bench. So I like Tyrese Maxiell to attack in this game. Going to take the over 26.5 as the first play of the day. And for the second play of the day, we have Jordan Poole. Only reason I am taking Jordan Poole. One, I kind of like him now. I've kind of turned the corner. I used to hate Jordan Poole. Selfish player, taking way too many shots, thinks he's better than what he is. Now he's on the Wizards, and I just feel bad for him. And he has been pretty good over the last couple of games. He's been pretty good to me, cashing, I think, 3 of the 4 times I've taken him this season. I like the over 18.5. We're taking him because he's in LA, and there's going to be some people courtside in this game where he's going to try to impress some ladies, and I think that's just when he thrives. He had that great game against the Warriors. Going back to the Warriors, I think he had 30-plus points in that game against the Warriors. Shot tremendously. Best shooting performance of the season for him going up against the Warriors. This one's going to be at the Lakers. I think we're going to see something kind of similar than that game, like 25-plus points in this one for him. 18.5 points feels like a bargain to me. Again, he has been shooting a lot better for the Wizards. I think if Kyle Kuzma was shipped away, this could be a team that potentially in a couple of years with Jordan Poole and the young pieces that they have, Corey Kispert, all those guys, I feel like they might be able to, get something together and make a playoff push in a couple of years. But right now, Wizards are horrible because they have Kyle Kuzma on the team, just taking up a roster spot, getting his cardio in every single day. But I like Jordan Poole in this game, over 18.5 points. I think he is going to shoot 20-plus times in this game against the Lakers, try to show he is still a really good player in the NBA. I think he is a pretty good shooter still. So give me the over 18.5 points as the second play there. Let's go to the NBA recap graphic. Knicks minus 10.5 against the Nets. Nets just haven't been competitive. It's not their fault. They're just injury prone. I think the Knicks, with all their starters, they dominate that game. Minus 10.5. 76ers with Paul George plus 13.5. Hope he plays. If not, I'll trust Tyrese Maxiell to cover that spread. Tyrese Maxiell over his total points going up against the Nuggets, 26.5. Could be a little bit higher, 27.5. I'll change that accordingly on tomorrow's graphic. And then Jordan Poole over 18.5 points. Again, could be a little bit higher, 19.5, maybe 20.5. But if Kyle Kuzma's not playing, he's going to score 30-plus points. You can mark that down right now. That's going to do it for the NBA Picks and Props for Tuesday, January 21st slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.